Hi, my name is Holly Carson. I am a Color Street stylist. I am here to show you today how to have some basic nail care, because if we're going to use Color Street, we're going to need to have some beautiful nails. You don't want to be that lady with the weird yellowy nails that are flaky, right? So I'm going to show you how to do some basic nail care, essentially my weekly routine. I'm going to show you exactly how to apply Color Street, and then mostly just to show you how to get the biggest bang for your buck. Most people will tell you that you can get one manicure out of every single set of Color Street, but I'm actually going to show you how to get 2 manicures and a pedicure out of one set of Color Street. So instead of you paying $11 to $14 for one manicure from Color Street, then you're going to end up paying about $4 per manicure or pedicure through Color Street. So I like to start off with a little bit of basic nail care. You can put Color Street over Color Street. You can put Color Street over your normal wet nail polish. You can put it over acrylics. You can put it over dips. You can put it over gel manis. Heck, you can put them on your keys. You guys, literally, if you look at my keys, they're all different colors of Color Street, basically because all my keys look the same, and I like to keep them separate. I know the purple one is for my house. The thing about it is that it actually works the best and looks the best on your own natural naked nails. So we need to have some good basic nail care. Like you can see mine, I have nice nails. I've been using Color Street for 3 straight years using exactly what I'm about to show you, and my nails aren't flaky, they're not brittle, they're not yellowy. You ever see those people with really yellowy nails and they're like, oh, it's just because the color seeps in. My nails aren't like that, and I do exactly what I'm about to show you every single week. So first thing is, if you do have nail polish on, like I said, it looks the best and works the best on your own natural naked nails. So this is not a Color Street product, and I don't sell this. I don't make any money off this. You can actually buy Mineral Fusion Nail Polish Remover on Amazon. A bottle of like this is around $8. Sometimes it's more and sometimes it's less. You know, Amazon, they change their rules all the time. So you can buy this on Amazon. Love this stuff. It's non-acetone, and it takes off all of the nail polish. I am a glitter person. Like, I love the glitters. I'm not going to put on a glitter today, but I love glitters and I like the dark colors. You guys, I don't care if it's black glitter. It's going to take this your nail polish off right away. Since I've tried this product, I have never used anything different. I also highly recommend getting a set of nail clips. Now, there's tons of different ways people will show you how to take off your nail polish. This is just what I like to use. You can get a set of 10 of these, which, by the way, you only need 5 because you can only do one hand at a time. When all the clips are on one hand, you can't actually do the other hand. So a set of 10, even though you only need 5, on Amazon is about $3.99. So I use these non-fibrous pads, but you can use a cotton ball, toilet paper. I like to also use those round face pads, but then cut them in half. The full one is actually too much material for the clip. So then you're going to do, one of these numbers. You're going to put it on your nail. You're going to clip it on, and you're going to hold it on there for about 3 minutes. You don't want to go too much longer, otherwise the pad itself starts to dry out, and if it dries out, when you clip it off, it's going to stick to your fingernail. So about 3 minutes is about where the wheelhouse of what you want to go, and you guys, you're going to do one of these and it's going to come straight off. We're talking like, you're going to see the shape of your nail right there on the actual pad, to the point where it'll be almost comical. You'll be able to see exactly what shade you had on, and it's all going to come right off your fingernail. I cannot recommend this system enough. Less than $13, you guys. Complete removal game changer. Even for the glitters, because you know how it is with the glitters. You're scrubbing, and then there's like little glitter flecks everywhere. Not with this, okay, you guys. This is what I do every single week. After I take off my nail polish, I use a 4-sided buffer block. You can get these on Amazon, Target, Walmart, the dollar store. Actually, this one's from the dollar store. The dollar store ones, it was $1. It's not going to last as long, right? You got to kind of expect that. But it still does exactly what it's supposed to do. I actually only use the first 3 sides because realistically I'm going to cover up that shine, but you do you. the reason I started using as a buffer block is because I started out with really thin, brittle, weak nails. Someone told me that a buffer block promotes blood flow to your fingertips. The blood flow to your fingertips is causing your nails to grow longer, stronger, faster. I'm like, oh, I want all that. I want longer, stronger, faster growing nails, right? So I started using a buffer block, and man, were they right. Not only that, is that, so like now my nails are less brittle than they used to be. They don't flake like they used to before I started using Color Street. And they also take out all the ridges in the nails. So when I do put on a solid color, like I'm about to put on a solid color, I don't see those ridges through. Like, so this is even helpful if you're just gonna paint your nails with wet nail polish. So I like those two, then I usually go wash my hands, and then I use this cuticle oil. I use the cuticle oil almost every day. I used to say every day, but I do miss days here and there, so let's just be honest here. We do forget. But I really like this cuticle oil, or this style of cuticle oil. Maybe I'm not committed to the brand just so much as the actual style of the thing, the pen. How this one works is you remove the cap, and you'll see here, there's like a little paintbrush right there. So you turn this in. Oh, see here the click? When you hear the click, it's releasing oil into this, and then you like literally just brush it onto each one of your cuticles. And the best part is when you're done, you just click it shut and you're good to go. There are lots of great cuticle oil out there. I just don't like the ones in the little bottle where it's dropping, because I think the drop is always too much. And then you're like taking your finger and you're rubbing it in, and now you have oil on your fingertips, and I hate that feeling. So I highly recommend this. You can buy I think these in the least, I think on Amazon is in like groups of 4, but I think the 4 is like $7.99. So you guys, this is like less than $2, and this little thing right here is gonna last you like a year. So $2 for a year. I mean, it's almost Christmas time, at least when I am recording this. Can you imagine getting a set of Color Street and a cuticle oil? That is a good gift, you guys. I'm super stealing this idea. And you paid little to nothing for this. This is a great gift. Gift them out to your friends and family. They'll love you forever. But the only thing I will say about the cuticle oil is do not put the cuticle oil on right after you apply Color Street. Give it a few hours. I would suggest 4 hours before you put on any cuticle oil. But I do this after I take off my mani, I buffer my nails, I wash my hands, and I put the cuticle oil on. Then I'm good to go for 24 hours. Now the rule of thumb is typically if you have a mani on for a week, you should take a day off. If you have a mani on for 2 weeks, you should take 2 days off. And I do this religiously, you guys. I do not ever not follow this. This is how my nails are not yellowy, not brittle, not weak, flaking, whatever. You have to let your nails breathe. I think it's one of those things that people overlook the most, especially because, Color Street's addictive. When you wear it, you're like, oh, my nails look so good, and you want your nails to look that good all the time. But here's the deal. If you don't have good quality of nails, then the mani is pointless in the first place. Plus, when you don't have it on, you want your nails to look good, right? So week on, day off. 2 weeks on, two weeks off. And this goes for any kind of mani. Even if you're just painting it with wet nail polish yourself, using acrylics, dips, gels, 2 weeks on, 2 days off, okay? And then lastly, I highly recommend everybody have a rubber tip cuticle pusher. I have the orange sticks, the wooden ones. I use those for different things. However, this is the best to use with the strip, you guys. The wood ones are a little abrasive and can easily cut through. So I highly recommend everybody get a rubber tip cuticle pusher. Again, you can get this on Amazon. Otherwise, at Sally Beauty Supplies, they do sell them by the one. I don't know about Walmart and Target. I've never actually seen it there, but definitely Sally Beauty Supplies. So all of that being said, that stuff right there all together does not even cost $20. Super worth it. That's exactly what I use. I buy most of my stuff, as you can see, on Amazon. But super easy just to go to Walmart and pick up some of this stuff too, right? Except for not the Mineral Fusion Nail Polish Remover. That's never going to happen. And then lastly, here's the deal. You don't need any of that stuff to start using Color Street. Everything you need is right here in the package of Color Street. Color Street is meant to be able to take on the go. You guys, I have taken just this package with me camping. I've also taken it or put it on in the car while my husband's been driving. I've done this at a restaurant, you guys, while waiting for the server to come. I was like, I have time to do my mani. I'm totally doing this right now. So definitely everything you need is in here. So this is what a package looks like. When you open your package, even the package itself is designed for you not to have anything other than just the package. I'll show you exactly what I mean in a second. So you're opening it up. When you open it up, you'll see step-by-step instructions on exactly how to put Color Street on. That being said, this is going to show you how to get one nail out of every strip, and I'm actually about to show you how to get 2 nails out of every strip. In the package is a rubbing alcohol wipe, a miniature nail file. I'm actually going to pull these off. And then most importantly, and there are some tips and tricks, some standard protocols for how to use it and how to store it right there inside the package. But this is how the nail strips come, and you'll see they start out small and they slowly get bigger. There's 8 strips here and there's 2 layers, so there's 16 strips in every package. Before I do anything though, I cannot recommend this enough. One, I washed my hands before this video, and then I'm gonna go straight and I'm gonna use the rubbing alcohol wipe that comes in the package. Now, when you go to do your second mani and your pedi, you can go ahead and just use regular rubbing alcohol that comes in a jug with like a cotton swab. A container of rubbing alcohol you can get at the dollar store, like a big bottle for $1, you guys. Rubbing alcohol is not expensive, and it is absolutely necessary. I know a lot of other stylists will tell you that if you just wash your hands with Dawn, it'll be fine. But I have heard time and time again from so many people that they've used this, put the strips on, and then their nails are peeling off a couple days later. I always ask, the first question I will always ask is, did you use the rubbing alcohol wipe? 9 times out of 10, people tell me no, they did not use the rubbing alcohol wipe. That's the problem. Some people say this is negotiable, and I completely disagree. I've used the rubbing alcohol wipe every single time I've ever applied a mani, and I've never had a problem. So use the rubbing alcohol wipe, or like I said, the jug that you get from the dollar store, and a cotton swab for your next mani and a pedi. So the first thing I will tell you is that I do knuckle to knuckle. So I start at the top of my pinky, and then I go ahead and do the fingertips too. I'm gonna do this on every single finger. Like, even if you're gonna do a mixed mani, do this on every single finger. You can go ahead and use this right over nail polish, acrylics, whatever. It won't damage the nail polish you have on right now. It'll just make your fingers nice and clean and shiny. I love that part. So I'm gonna do it on every single finger, every single time you apply Color Street, you guys. Okay, once that's done, quick little dry off, and then we're ready to go on our mani. So you'll see, if you kind of just do one of these, on one end, there's gonna be like a little notch. Sometimes it's super tiny, like this time it's super tiny. So I just rub my finger and I can feel the notch. The notch is designed so that you do not have to use the scissors even to open the container. That being said, be very careful while you're opening it. One, you don't wanna ruin the strips themselves. And also, when we're ripping it off, I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect, you guys. That's not perfect. But when we're ripping it off, be careful not to ruin the actual clear plastic sleeve. You're gonna need it, and I'm gonna show you more about that in a second. So, hold on. Of course, I'm having a problem getting it open. Okay, so then you can go ahead and pull out your nail strips. You'll see that there are 2 rows in every single package. Now, I'm gonna take this whole row and I'm gonna go ahead and put it right back into that sleeve right away. I'm not gonna do that in front of you guys because that's boring, but that's what I do every single time. I put it right back into that package. So we're just gonna set that to the side now. So the first thing that you're gonna need to do is pick your sizes. Now, I normally suggest everybody lay out their sizes in front of them, starting with the pinky. We always go pinky, pinky, ring, ring, middle, middle, pointer, pointer, thumb, thumb. We save our thumbs for last. We're gonna use them as tools as we go along. And I'm gonna show you more about that in a minute. But you're gonna need to pick your sizes. Now, I've done this a lot, so I already know that this first one right here is actually a little bit too narrow for my pinky. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put that straight back into the package with the whole other sheet. We're gonna end up using these for a pedicure, and I'm gonna show you about that in a minute. So I'm gonna put that to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and grab off that next strip. Now, what I want you to do to find your sizes is you'll see that Color Street is actually on a paper backing, and because it's on a paper backing, it is flexible. So go ahead and bend it to your fingernail. You're gonna start with your pinkies, like I said, and you're gonna look on both sides, and you're gonna ask yourself, can I see my nail on either side? If the answer is yes, that's too small. So put that one back in the package and go to the next size up. If the answer is no, perfect size. If the answer is, well, it's a little bit too big, perfect size. If it's a little bit too big, that's fine. I'm gonna show you how to get off the excess in just a minute here as well. And I know there are other companies out there that tell you to leave a little strip on each side. The deal is that they're made of plastic. This is not made of plastic. Color Street is 100% nail polish. And for them, if the plastic strip sticks to your skin a little bit, it'll stop sticking to your fingers. But that's not how Color Street works. So we want to cover that whole nail, okay? So once you've found your sizes, like I said, I suggest everybody lay out their sizes in front of them, but I've done this so many times, I'm just gonna go ahead and go on. So this is the strip. This is how you're going to apply. You're gonna see that little purple sheet right there. You're gonna go ahead and put your fingernail under it. You'll see it's a clear plastic strip. Once you remove this, it's a use it or lose it situation. Know that, okay? So that's trash now. And then you'll see this like silver tab right here. You see that? Where it's kind of silver. You're gonna put your fingernail under that and go ahead and peel up that strip. Now, a lot of people do an anchoring method. I'm not a big fan of that, but if that's something for you, I'll kind of show you how to go on there. There's the side that was in the back, that's not shiny. The side that it was on is shiny. If you're gonna do the anchoring method, you take that shiny side and you go like this, and you're gonna hold it. It's basically gonna hold it for you. Now, I use the rubbing alcohol on my fingertips purposely so I can hold onto the strips themselves. So, the first thing we're gonna do, as you see that curve right there, we're gonna line that up with the curve of our cuticle. So we're gonna put it on our cuticle. If you don't get it perfect the first time like that, no big deal. Go ahead and gently lift up. These are re-situatable, if that's the word, but they are only made of nail polish, so don't get aggressive with it, okay? So once you get it on, you're gonna go ahead and rub it down. What I tell people is start at the cuticle and rub from the cuticle to the tip of the nail, and then rub back and forth in kind of a U motion. Now this is a solid color. It's got a shimmer to it, but it's definitely a solid color. So normally I would put my hand flat down on the table, and I would use that rubber tip cuticle pusher to push out every crease, every bubble, every line. But for sake of what's showing you, I'm gonna go ahead and use my pointer finger, and I'm gonna go ahead and rub it down. And you'll see right here on the side that it is actually on my skin because it is a little bit too big. Don't worry about it. I'll show you more about that in a second. And then also, I would also use my thumbs. Normally I would just sit here and I would go like this. But if I do my thumbs, then you guys can't see, so I'm using my pointer. Okay, so then the next step you're going to do is you're gonna push the nail behind, or the nail strip behind your nail. Even if you have short nails, this same thing works. You're just like pushing it behind the nail. Take your nail and you're pushing it behind the nail. And I like to get pretty snug on the corners, so I do the corners and then go straight across usually. And that's it. Now I'm gonna show you how to clean up that excess right there, but before I do that, I have all of this left over. Now I could just toss this away, but like I said, this video is gonna show you how to get the biggest bang for your buck. So I'm gonna take this strip, you guys, that's more than half the strip left over, and I'm gonna use that on my other pinky. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab onto this, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab onto that silver tab, and we're gonna pull in opposite directions, gently. But you see it was perforated, and there's a curve at the top right there, which is perfect for the curve of your other cuticle. So you're gonna go ahead and do that same process. We're lining it up on our cuticle, trying not to get, or next to our cuticle, but we're gonna try not to get it on our cuticle, and then we're gonna rub it down in the same fashion as before. I do want you to see that there is another way to do it. If you're, again, it's a little big, that's no problem. If you want to use that little file that comes in the kit, here's how you would do that. I would take it after I'm done rubbing it down, and I would stick it to the tip of my pinky. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use that little file that came in the kit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rub or go in a downward motion. You don't wanna go up. If you go up, the powder from your nail and the file is gonna get between the strip and your nail and make it so it doesn't stick. So we're going in a downward motion, just along the edge of the thing, and you can see it cuts it. And then you can go ahead and pick off that excess right there. See, there's the excess, and it's off the tip. And so all I have now to do is clean up that little bit of extra. Now, if the nail strip fits you perfectly, you don't have any extra, but I do want to show you exactly how to do that. So, like I said, I would normally do this part with my thumbnail, which is why we're using our thumbs for, or saving our thumbs for last, but I want you guys to be able to see it, and if I use my thumbnail, you won't be able to see it. So I'm gonna go use my pointer, and I'm just gonna take my nail and I'm like running it along the edge of the nail right there. And then I can, you guys, it's just stuck on my skin. So I can just go ahead and pick off that excess right there. And that's it. I think that's it. Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side too. There was a little bit of excess on that side. Same kind of principle. We're just running our fingernail along the edge there and picking off the excess. I'm gonna go ahead and do it on this side as well. And I've seen people use the orange sticks for this process as well. Definitely doable. You're gonna need to use the orange sticks for that that last thumb that you're gonna do, right? If you have a little bit of excess, but like that's how simple it is. Now I can take a nail file and clean that up a little bit, but actually I think that looks really great. And then I'm gonna show you this next one, because this next one is an actual perfect fit for me. And so you guys can also kind of see how fast it really does go if I'm not explaining every teeny tiny little detail on it. My biggest problem is always just getting it lined up properly. But see how I'm using my thumb? I would normally use my thumb like almost all the time. But, and I'm using my thumbnail to push it behind the nail, and you guys, that's it on that one, because that's a perfect fit for me, so it's not on the sides there, and that's it. Again, I have all of this left over, so I'm going to do that same process I did on the second pinky. Oh. Yeah, my biggest deal is getting it lined up, but like I said, it's resituatable, so take advantage of being able to resituate it. And then I'm a big fan of that second one, going ahead and file off that excess. And that's it, you guys. So you're gonna go ahead and you guys, this is the best part. Would never do that with wet nail polish, right? I'd have nail polish all over my fingernails. Okay, I'm not gonna show you the rest of them, otherwise it does get to be a little boring. So I'm gonna go, for me, my pointer finger is actually more narrow than my middle finger. So this is, for me, is my pointer. Then I go, this one right here is my middle finger. And see, I'm like lining them up now. And then this one right here is my thumbnail. And I'm gonna do the exact same process. So remember, I have these two and this one left over, you guys, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna put them back on the sleeve with this, right? The next time I do my mani, I'm going to have, what am I gonna have left over? I'm gonna have these same 3 off of this row left over. So I'm gonna have 6 strips left over. You guys, those 6 strips, that's the pedicure. Like, so here's the mani I'm doing right now, the second mani, and then these 3 off of that mani, that's my pedicure. So what you're gonna wanna do for the pedicure, I'm gonna show you kind of how I get this without actually showing you my feet, is these strips are going to be mine. Now you might have different strips. Maybe you have a middle one. Maybe you have 2 small ones. Maybe you have just this big one, a middle one, and the small one. For you, it's gonna be a little bit different. Toes are really small, so it really doesn't matter which ones you have left over. You should be able to get these out of this. Now, I have a wider big toe than this. So what I do is I put it on its side. So what I do, like right here, or that like a little dent, that's actually where the perforated part is. So I put that perforated part to about right here on my big toe. And then I take my fingernail and I cut it off on the edge there. And that right there was my big toe. But then I'll have this little strip left over. So then I turn the strip this way. This little strip right here will be my second toe. Now I have a couple options because I have 3 strips left over, but I'm going to show you what I typically do. Now I could take this strip and I can cut it into 3, and that could be my 3rd, 4th, and 5th toe. But because I have this one left over, I just cut this in half and go 3rd toe, 4th toe, 5th toe. You guys, you have more than enough for a pedicure using it this way. Now, like I said, you might have different strips laid up, but you will always have 3 if you do your manicure the way I just showed you, like how I showed you these. So that's this. So when you're done, like I said, with these 3 and this whole row, we're gonna put them all back in this clear plastic sleeve. It has to be this sleeve, you guys. Don't put it in a clear plastic baggie or anything silly like that. You're gonna wanna use this right here, and we're gonna heat seal this. Now, I use a curling iron. You can use a curling iron, a flat iron, a clothes iron. All of these things work. In a pinch while camping, I did use a lighter. I'm just gonna let you know, it didn't work as well. So, like I have very straight hair, so I use my curling iron. So I get this sucker rip-roaring hot. I get all my strips back in here. I get them pushed away from it. I like to leave a good inch here. If you do have the rubber cement on there, make sure you're not heating it with the rubber cement part on, like just peel it off. So once you get it nice and hot, I get it as hot as it goes. This goes up to 410 degrees. I've also done it at 360. It works just the same. But you're gonna get it rip-roaring hot. You're gonna open, and then I do one of these numbers because I like to be sure that it's fully sealed. And then I open it up. So it's gonna literally be 1, 2, bend, and that's it. And then it will be heat sealed. So I've heard other people tell me they fold it over the edge and put a piece of tape on it, or taken everything and put it in a clear plastic baggie. These things don't work. It will get dried out. Color Street is 95% dry. So we need to lock in that 5% of moistures. You need to heat seal these. Heck, if you have a food saver, that would be a great idea. Use a food saver, a curling iron, a hair straightener, even a clothes iron, and just iron it down and double check to make sure it is. And then you know what I do with all of these clear plastic sleeves? I have them all in a bubble mailer in my freezer, locking in that moisture. Now, when I take them out, I do need to make sure that they become room temperature again before I use them again. Otherwise, they start to crack. So then you have this vault of awesomeness in your freezer. My husband knows, just don't touch the Color Street bubble mailer in the freezer. That's not for him. So that is how you're going to get 2 manis and a pedi, some basic nail care, and exactly how to apply Color Street. I hope this was informative for you. Subscribe and follow. I'm going to have lots of really interesting Color Street, some mixed mani ideas coming up. I also am teaching a class on confidence. So come here, subscribe, follow. There'll be some confidence challenges in the future. I hope this helped. Have a good day. Bye.